I just don't, how does that happen? And people like our friend Chris Hardwick, all these people are right, and they're figuring. So I know I'm going off on this tangent, but the point is that you say in the traditional sense of why it is you like Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain and all that stuff is the short answer is that it's very expensive to make those things like that.
Okay.
Right?
So we've got like
I'm sorry, I ran
17 minutes.
Right.
So we're going to move. We're going
Thank
to
you for your question. Sorry.
I promise to answer in short form from here on.
Yes. Thank you, Brain. Hey, dude, what's happening?
Not much. How's it going?
Good. What's your question?
If you guys had the chance to redo Pinky and the Brain, would you do it?
Never.
In a heartbeat.
Of course.
No, never. No, I don't know who. I mean, I've been walking around this business for 15 years, going.
How do we do?
How do we get to do it again? Do we do it as a feature film? Do we do it as webisodes? Does somebody pick us up for some? The problem is the rights are so tied up. Steven Spielberg owns half of it. So whenever Warner Brothers, or Steven gets the idea to do a film, both of them go, well, why would I work that hard to make 50 cents on the dollar?
Yeah. And
that's really it's the accountant's answer to why there hasn't been Pinky and the Brain, the motion picture, and there has been a Smurfs picture, or two. So that's why, because it's a natural for the big screen. Can you imagine Pinky and the Brain going off on an awesome adventure to find the infundibulator battery that will work, and then along the way they encounter every celebrity or whatever, Muppets movie style, or or if it's all CGI or whatever. I mean, you make a fantastic feature film. But A, I don't know if you'll ever see it because of the rights issue, and B, if you do see it, it probably won't star LaMarche and Paulsen.
Yeah, they'll get
no celeb,
They'll get Jamie Foxx.
You gotta run Jamie Foxx.
I like Jamie. Maybe they'll get him.
Great.
Jamie Foxx and Justin
Morgan
Bieber.
Freeman and Jamie Foxx.
No, but thank you, buddy. I hope so. And yes, of course, absolutely. We consider it an incredible honor to do it, and I would do it in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Yes, sir. Thanks, bud.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I love how they're all just scooching up on their butts. They're only standing there, just like, it's like a bobsled. It's like carpet bobsled time. Go for it.
Yeah.
Hi guys, my name's Lawson. One of my favorite episodes of Pinky and the Brain is the one where you guys basically do a scene-by-scene spoof of the film The Third Man.
Yeah. Third House.
I love that film. And my question was, one of the reasons why I love it actually is the fact that it even exists. Because it seems such a weird, unique thing to do on a children's cartoon show.
Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg?
And the writers.
That one is Gordon Bress, actually.
Yeah, but the fact that Steven could get away with that stuff.
Yeah, no, because it's true. Spielberg would probably, the network would probably say, "This is go over everybody's head." And Spielberg would go, "It's an homage."
Trust me, they'll dig it.
It's an homage,
Yeah.
So I love that episode too, and
thanks for bringing that up.
I had seen The Third Man a couple of times before we did the episode. And,
Yeah.
In fact, Gordon told me he was writing the episode, so I made sure to give it a watch, and I was like, "This is brilliant. This is genius."
Yeah.
So,
Thank you for picking up on that, dude.
Yeah, my question was just kind of explain how it came into existence, and you did, so thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Scooch up! Everybody scooch!
Hi, I'm Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe. I'm the Green Lantern. What's up?
Well, my question was, what are some techniques either of you two do to get in the character for a role?
Any role or Pinky and the Brain?
Well, either or.
Mine is primarily it's kind of marrying the visual that they give me, and less and less often now am I being shown. Do you find this when you're reading for new shows? They don't show you the art.
Yeah, not as much anymore.
I used to in the '90s and the '80s. You always saw a character sketch, and I would look at the
different
sketch,
angles.
Yeah, and they'd show you what they call a model sheet, and I would always kind of just kind of absorb the guy or the animal or whatever it is, and then kind of like crawl up into him like a costume.
Ew.
And said a costume, not like I'm crawling inside a live animal.
Don't knock it till you try
Are you still in touch with Richard Gere, Pete?
Look, there's the top of
Look,
this
I
brain
did,
going,
I did the
"Wow."
comedy sip. I did the little. I took the sip of water after I
You
said
did.
the funny
You were very
thing.
much
Still in touch with Richard Gere, Pinky? Then. That's your
Comedy
signal to
genius
laugh
right
while I
here,
take
baby.
the comedy sip.
Yeah,
No, but really, I try to inhabit the character, and now it's primarily a words medium, and they don't give you as much, so you just kind of reach inside and go, what's in the wheelhouse? So, but I always try to physicalize, if I've got a character that I know, the brain was, he looked like Orson Welles to me, so he had that, sort of just, yes.
The
So
coolest
that was-
thing is face just kind of...
Yes, always my friends get me a jury. So, that's my technique. Robert?
Well, because I just love Maurice so much and I'm such a huge
No,
fan of his.
no.
No, watch this.
Stop.
One of the
Five
reasons.
more questions.
I know, but you got to see this because you will love this. One of the cool things about Mo, because he's such a consummate professional, is a world-class impressionist. Watch his face. Watch his face when he becomes Peter Falk. Watch this. As you wish. Isn't that amazing? Never gets old. Incredible. And it's not trite. I say the same thing. You look at stuff, and we're actors, and you make your choices, and you commit to them, and I pretty much do it the same way Mo does. So thank you for asking. Appreciate it.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Is your butt numb?
All right. What timing? When are we going to get the second coming of commercials featuring Orson Welles?
Second coming of which?
Of commercials featuring Orson Welles.
Oh, you mean like as we're on the critic?
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Or Brain's pseudo-narration via Orson Welles.
Goodness, I don't
Well, by the
know.
way, speaking of commercials, we got 10 minutes? Okay. You folks do know that you are in the presence of the voice of Lexus automobiles. He really is.
The heartbeat of an exhilarated driver is unmistakable. Exhilaration doesn't care what seat you're sitting in. The relentless pursuit of perfection. The Lexus GS at your Lexus dealer.
So, not only can he spoof commercials, he gets the big cake for really doing them.
I don't know when the next, you're talking about Rosebud. Rosebud frozen pea. Full of country goodness and green penis. Wait, I can't believe that I said that. That's terrible. I'm leaving. All right, just a handful for the road. Oh, good. I found a French fry in my beard. That's thanks to Mike Reese and Al Jean on The Critic. I mean, the primetime animation is the only place you get away with that type of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's a way to go.
There you go.
Just to create my own Orson Welles CGI and just have him be the spokesman for everything. Maybe I'll put that on my YouTube channel.
Why not?
Look myself up to I have Orson for everything. I mean, let's do that. That'd be fun. Why not? Thanks a lot. Thanks for the suggestion. All right.
Before I forget, I want to tell you very quickly, because I know that you guys, a lot of you like hearing from voice actors. For those of you who don't know, I do a podcast called Talkin' Tunes, right? It's easy to access. access. It's free. It's TALKIN_tunes, TOONS. So you can go to robpaulsenlive.com and access it, or there's a Talkin' Tunes app for iPhone or for Android devices, or you can, of course, get it on iTunes. But you guys will really dig it. Maurice, Billy West, Mark Hamill, John DiMaggio, everybody whom you'd want to hear from is on it. It's free. It's great information. You'll laugh your ass off, and it's really worth it. So thank you for letting me plug it. Yes, sir. What's your name?
Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Hi. I know you guys have been in voice acting for a really long time. I mean, I grew up watching the shows Pinky and the Brain, Animaniacs. And I was wondering, is there any like current properties out right now that you would like, are not a part of, but you would like to do?
That I would love to be a part of?
Yes.
Oh my God, if I could be on Futurama. It's true. Honestly.
Too late, Pinky! Futurama has been destroyed! We got one more episode left. Watch Wednesday night on Comedy Central. And I don't know if you watched the show, you know that there's always a gag that goes across the screen as we open with that starburst into the ship. Pay attention to this Wednesday night's little gag credit at the beginning of the show. I won't tell you what it is, but you'll laugh. It's a great one. We would love to have you on, and I want you to know I kept pitching you. I kept saying,
Ain't nobody catching, bro.
It took me 4 years to get Craig Ferguson on the show, so I mean, you know.
Who likes Pinky and the Brain, by the way?
He's a huge Pinky and the Brain fan and a good friend of mine, and it still took 4 years to get him on the show. You know, I've always wanted to do a Ninja Turtles. I'd love to be part of the Ninja Turtles.
Would you really?
Yeah.
Oh, great. All right.
Yeah.
I'll take care of it. Done.
Yeah, would you? Sure. Yeah. So we're each a mutual admiration society.
Thank you, truly. Futurama was the one that I would love to.
Yeah, well, and if it comes back, write your congressman. Somehow, write Netflix. Tell Netflix you want them to pick up the show.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, send a quick blast off to Amblin and talk about how much you love a Pinky and the Brain movie.
Yeah, would you? We're going to try to get everybody in, so we got 5 more minutes.
Hey, sweetie.
And 3 more questions. Okay.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Oh, it's a pleasure, honey. Thank you for having us.
My question was if the Animaniacs Pinky and the Brain short with Brain in the voiceover studio doing the Frozen Peas, was that put together from your outtakes in the recording studio, or did they actually write that?
They wrote that as an episode. Again, only because Steven Spielberg was at the helm could they do a $200,000 inside joke. At the time, only voice actors and engineers were aware of the Frozen Peas outtake tape that had been circulating since the late 1970s of Orson Welles having a hissy fit doing Frozen Peas commercials in England for this food that's still this frozen food company called Findus, which still exists. And they knew how well I did it. Oh look, I'm being a bitch.
Would you tell your parole officer that you're busy? Brain.
Someone's texted me to say you're on stage right now. So they wrote it as a little tip of the hat to me in the way I always did that
spot on
that shtick. And they just fixed the swear words.
And I think, can I tell you very quickly, I know we don't have time. We're actually doing another Pinky and the Brain thing tomorrow, right?
Right.
Okay. So if you can but last night we did our thing, and Maurice did the whole thing last night.
Start to finish.
Start to finish. And didn't miss a freaking beat, and it is priceless.
So that's based on a real tape that exists. They just wrote it for me.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thanks so much.
I love your tats, by the way. All right, we're gonna make it. Hey, dude.
Hey, how's it going?
Fine, thank you.
Of all the characters you've portrayed, which were your favorites, and which do you feel have been the most underrated?
Each of us?
Yes.
All right. I think, honest to God, I've had such an embarrassment of riches. I really am, with all due respect to Lou Gehrig, I'm the luckiest man on the face of the earth. I think that it's tough to say. I would probably have to say Pinky, only because I was I won an Emmy for the show. I spent an enormous, thank you. So cool. So that, because, you know, the Emmy, and I got to be able to be on, you know, that was a big deal for me. The one that I think was probably most underrated is, I did a show years ago that really is, what's that? Coconut Fred. Honey, there's not enough Darva set in the world. I have my son's favorite show, which I thought was quite excellent too. Not just my character, but the show was a show I did called Mighty Max. That was Richard Mall and the late great Tony Jay and Tim Curry, and oh my God, what an incredible, really great story, interesting animation. So that's mine.
Absolutely the brain. For me, you know, it was the richest character ever done, because we discovered he has a good side and a soft side and a loving side, as well as a curmudgeonly side. And for me, I always regretted that Captain Singing and the Space Monkeys didn't go a few more seasons. Just as a show. I mean, I love my characters of Splitsy and Dr. Splits, but just as a show, you know. That last guy, wait, did you have a question?
We can make it happen.
We can do it, come on. So that's it. Come on, ask a question. I want to get every question in. I hate watching the guy that asks a question not getting to his question. Go.
Thank you. I wanted to ask you, when you were in the voiceover booth, how closely were you guys working together in both developing your characters and working through scenes while you were recording?
We always worked off of each other. We could always see each other.
Always.
And we sat about this close doing the show. So we would just, you know, trade off, and I think, you know, I picked up a lot of cues from you, and you could see, you know, when Brain was getting a little annoyed, and I think that caused you to bring your game up a little in terms of the annoyance.
No, there's no question. I mean, that old phrase that a high tide raises all boats. I'm better when I'm working. You make me want to be a better mouse.
As am I with him.
I'm a better actor when I'm around world-class actors. I'm not one of those guys that gets, it's like, I'm a big golf nut. I love playing golf with guys that can pound me, because I end up being better. Pound me after 2 or 3 drinks. Now there's a joke about a stiff shaft and all that. I know, balls. People, you awful people. But truth is, I love to play sports with good players, and the same thing with actors. I don't get, not even intimidated, or it's like, I don't want it to be about me. I really love it. When I'm in a room with Billy and Mo and DiMaggio and Tress, you know, it's just, these people make me better. And it's always preferable from an acting standpoint, I know, to have the other actors with us.
Yeah.
It unfortunately doesn't happen as much now, because sometimes people have to be other places and all that stuff, but
Budgetary reasons,
right.
Whatever it is.
If we can have everybody in a room together working, it's way better.
The show grows because we feed off each other's energy.
Yeah.
So.
Does that answer your question?
Oh, definitely. You guys are the
All right,
best. I
thanks.
appreciate
You
it.
got all the questions in. Yeah.